All right.
Save it.
So, welcome, guys. Here you have four individuals who have been playing Kingdom Hearts for a majority of their lives. Now, we're talking since 2001. So I think we know a thing or two at the very least. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
We know a little something. But
I
you
was
know,
as prepared for Kingdom Hearts 3 as I possibly could have been.
yeah. And I think for me, Mechlix, aside from playing obviously the browser game and the phone game, we were as prepared as we could be. Also, right?
I replayed games. I replayed 3D and Point 2 right before Age 3.
Yeah. I replayed 2. I replayed 0.2. I replayed 3DS. I think like a year ago. So I didn't replay that again. But we were all ready.
Just to add something in there, the official people of Union Cross did say that the story wouldn't be important for 3, and that if you wanted to actually see the story, because we're so behind JP, then just look up translated versions.
Oh, and we're going to get into all of this fun stuff. But I wanted to do one thing before we start. I want to characterize when we talk about our experience with Kingdom Hearts 3 and how polarizing it is, just as an entity. We're going to separate it in two categories. The first category we're going to talk about is gameplay. The second category we're going to talk about is plot. Okay?
Seems fair.
Sounds good to you guys? So let's try and stick to those two categories. Let's start with the gameplay.
I think let's get a base evaluation of what everyone thought. Just a real quick, couple words. I'll start. So I thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was a good game, but it wasn't great, and that's where it let me down.
Okay, I think that's completely fair. What do you think, Matt?
I've never been so thoroughly disappointed by something in my life.
Okay, and Brendan?
To put it in a very colorful metaphor, it's as if I'm going inside of a storm. It looks very dangerous, hesitant. Then I get in the middle of the storm, the eye, so to speak, and it seems very calm, very pretty. But then as I start moving outside the storm again, all of a sudden it's very dangerous. So
I think that's a good analogy. I would have to say...
It actually is a good metaphor.
I would have to say, if there's one thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 that defines it every time it's brought up in conversation, every time I see a meme about it, it's just generally a letdown. And I think the reason why it's a letdown is because, we've spent so many years now building up to this. And, Final Fantasy 15 was a fucking mess. And Square Enix has been a fucking mess for years now. And I had a feeling before the game dropped that it wasn't going to be exactly everything that we were led to believe it was going to be. And unfortunately, that was true. And I think we all kind of had a feeling that it was going to be this. And that's really the most disappointing thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 in general, is that we were right. We knew it was going to be this way.
I guess I would agree with that.
There
was certain expectations that I had. It was a matter of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, the gold standard everyone loves comparing it to. Mm-hmm. It was never going to have as big a post game as that game had. There was a Final Mix for a reason. Final Mixes have existed for reasons throughout Kingdom Hearts as a series' lifespan. But I expected that they would have to patch in a post game at some point in the future with a Final Mix or just some other DLC. I didn't realize that I'd want them to basically patch in an entire different climax. That was the part.
What I've said to Brax before. I told him the other day. What I really hope for in this game, I want it to keep going. I want to know more things about this future. But in order for me to actually play those next games, I want this game to get the Final Fantasy 15 treatment and rewrite the whole fucking ending.
Oh Lord, does it fucking need it?
I'll tell you one thing. To wait, and there's spoilers, guys. If you're watching this video and you're going to expect no spoilers. Just click off now. There's going to be spoilers galore. But I think that after waiting for as long as we have, and to be set up with potentially a sequel bait, is literally spitting in the face of people who actually give a shit about your franchise. I don't know about you guys, but I have not waited for another game like this. I have not anticipated another game like this. The Kingdom Hearts series has always been the number one game I was looking forward to the most out of any game. And after waiting so long and having this come out, I don't feel that way for Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm not there anymore. You've lost me now. And that's something that's incredible, because I've spent, we're close to 30? We spent half of our lives waiting for this game.
Yeah, we did.
And I think that's a problem within itself. But let's retract back to our first category, right? Before we get too deep, the gameplay. Is there something that you guys expected more of what you got in terms of level design? Let's start with level design.
Actually, there was something I wanted to add on a little bit to what you were saying.
No, yeah, go for it.
This is just a little generalization, but I feel like the main problem isn't necessarily Kingdom Hearts 3 so much as the current industry of gaming.
Yes.
Because it's not just Kingdom Hearts 3, it's everything. Everything is released, not how it... Yeah. Then they release DLC and monetization, and people actually think that, they need to make money through monetization, and it's like, no, they make money through selling the game.
And that actually... It's an amazing point, because
Very true, because Kingdom Hearts 2, PlayStation 2, you don't get DLC back then. It's not a thing on PlayStation.
Nah, Final Mix was the DLC. Yeah. They sold it at full price.
And Final Mix back then was only in Japan.
Yeah, man, and the amount of times they re-release shit is criminal before this game came out. But we're not going to get into that. Actually, this is a perfect leeway. Having mentioned that, do you think that there's literally fucking anything that prevented this game from coming out on last generation consoles?
The graphics certainly have taken a
step
up.
Okay.
In terms of gameplay? No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, so the game... Alright, off the bat, all four of us are going to agree that the graphics look fucking incredible.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the character design.
Unfortunately,
which is probably a reason why the game lacks in other areas, is because they spent too much time on the goddamn Kingdom shader.
It looks absolutely beautiful. The graphics are by far the best part of this game. And that's pathetic, but it's true.
Yeah, graphics and the music. Music always is high quality in Kingdom Hearts,
even the music. There's not one track, having played through the whole thing, that stands out to me playing the whole game.
Well, they're all remixes. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the worlds. The game starts off so strong with Olympus, right?
In general, the game starts off so strong.
Yeah. Like but Olympus is a great world. It's big. Each area looks different. It's beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
I love it. It's a far cry from back in fucking Birth by Sleep, where a town near Thebes was the only thing outside Olympus Coliseum.
Yeah.
Well, fucking one room, and it was like a square. It didn't remotely resemble a town. It's just an area now.
It's just so nice. Like you start off in that world. It's big. There are people there. You know what I mean? Like NPCs.
I love the fact that there's
different areas. It's not just the same forest.
And you're running across walls, and it's just like an amazing entrance into Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like, wow, we're starting off here. there's no, like, it can only get better. If this world is as good as it is, and they spent so much time on it, and it looks beautiful, the music was really good. The music is good in that world. Like, it is.
The fanfare.
So, it's just, like, such a strong start. And I felt really good finishing that world. Like, wow, like, we're setting the bar right here. Like, we're going to flow into just straight action the whole game. It's going to be amazing. And in the second world, there's Toy Story, and it kind of hits a snag for me.
Well, there was also Twilight Town before that.
Oh, yeah, Twilight Town was in between. But, like, Twilight Town is a fucking bus stop. Okay?
Yeah, I think that's a big problem in and of itself.
That's a huge problem. It's a huge, gigantic problem aside from the fact that there are no Final Fantasy characters in this fucking game. And it's a slap in the face when an NPC mentions that Cypher hasn't been around when you're standing in fucking Twilight Town. Like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't put a single Final Fantasy character in this game. Except for Moogles.
Yeah, Moogles are a constant.
Fucking crazy. You put Winnie the Pooh in this game, but not a Final Fantasy characters are fucking important to the plot of Kingdom Hearts, given the past 2 games. Why are we shoving them out the door now?
You know what really fucking kills me? The fact that Kingdom Hearts 1 had this whole subplot with, Leon, quote-unquote, and Yuffie, and Aerith, and Sid. They lived in Radiant Garden. It was a thing for them. Like, that, the world getting destroyed, and Ansem, calling all the Heartless and it fucking it up and everything. Like, that was a thing for them. That's completely dropped. One of many reasons that Radiant Garden isn't playable in this game, because we wouldn't want to have to acknowledge the fact that, they're probably in Radiant Garden there somewhere, but they're just not getting involved with the plot. Never mind that Leon was like the go-between with Tron and everything. Oh no, fucking Ienzo's back now. That's all that matters.
We're going to retrace that back to the second category with plot, because oh my god, we have miles and miles to talk about that shit. Let's talk about the worlds. The second world... No, you're good. Right. I totally understand. The second world... Toy Box, right? Toy Box. What did you guys think about Toy Box?
I started out really loving it.
So did I.
I liked it.
So did I. I thought it was a good world. Overall, way too small.
Well, the idea is that when you saw like Andy's house and you saw the street, you thought there would be like a couple of in-between areas between there and the toy store, but no, it's just there in the toy store.
There's nothing there to even like search around or anything. It's like, it's kind of like hallway-ish. This game.
Yeah, only the street.
This game is hallway-ish.
Both ends of that street, too, both led you to Galaxy Toys. First time I went down and I was like, wait, what about the other end?
Yeah, both ends lead you to Galaxy Toys. Fucking ridiculous.
To give them a little fairness, Galaxy Toys actually is, or feels, really decent sized. I wouldn't say
it's decent sized once you figure out the layout and where everything is. It seems vast when you don't know where everything is. And it is it's big, it's detailed, right? It's big, it's detailed. I'll definitely give them that. But I think that you sacrifice making a better world by adding as much detail in that one place as you do.
Yeah, it's pretty much all you do.
I wouldn't say that the detail being too much is the bad thing. The bad thing is just that the detail's all there, but other than that, it's just the one kid's room in a street. Like, I want it to be an actual world, not just literally visiting a toy store as a toy. Like, that's the whole gimmick.
It's literally visiting a toy store or Andy's room in the street in front of his house, and that's disappointing.
Well, when we talk about the space of the worlds and how big they are, it kind of falls not only just to the worlds, but to the game itself in every aspect. The reason why it doesn't feel enough is because there was not enough time for this.
Which is amazing to think about, considering you had literally 13 fucking years to make a game.
Or at least...
But you were too busy fucking off doing other things. And you had to rush this out to make as much money as possible. And this is what you get. This is the result of that. And they're wondering why they got bad scores. It's like, it's so easy to understand. You let out a game that has a cult following that's fucking massive.
Wait, where did it get bad scores? All I saw were fucking 9s and 10s.
By its fans. Not by professional outlets. Professional outlets, it's a different story. It's fans, it's user base. the people who pay them are not happy.
To tie into that, one of the things that really upsets me about this whole thing is that Nomura had the nerve to say that he felt that this was good. This was done so well, a good completion to Xehanort Saga, and it's like, I would have liked for him to have been at least level, because he himself said he had to cut so much out. So for him to go back on that and say that this is good,
I hope he meant he had to cut it out for DLC, because my god, is this shit shallow. I mean, each...
Well, he claimed it was because it wouldn't fit on the disc,
apparently. That's horseshit. That's horseshit.
It's so small.
I'm just saying he claimed it. I agree completely.
Grand Theft Auto is like over 100 gigabytes. This game is like 35. I really don't want to hear it. That's bullshit. I think just even getting down to the combat, each Keyblade transforms, but it has one combo.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You can't edit your combo in any way to make your playstyle more towards how you want to play the game. Like, it had way more customization in Kingdom Hearts 2 in that respect, and adding different, finishers and stuff like that. And
that's really only for base form, so
and
we're talking about gameplay.
And like, why wouldn't you put critical mode in here? It doesn't make sense. You add attraction flows, you add Keyblades that transform, and all of this different shit to make clearing out these huge mobs of Heartless and bad guys so much easier, but you won't add a critical mode? How does that make sense? Like, it's so easy.
It's all the time the easiest it's ever been.
Yeah, it really is. It's fucking pathetic.
Secret boss absolutely destroyed him. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Just the easiest game. But like, the gameplay it let me down though. Birth by Sleep's still my favorite. Like, where's my command deck?
Each world is a hallway, and it's no worse in any other world than it is in the Monsters Inc. world. That world is literally hallway sim. That world is Final Fantasy 13. Or
fair,
Lightning. Yeah.
I want to say Monsters Inc.
Really make that exciting. I mean, the Monsters Inc. building is a series of hallways.
It's just literally.
But listen, no, that's not. You're talking about the wrong world here. The problem is they're tangled and frozen.
Right. They're big problems too. I agree with you.
One's a forest.
One's a snow mountain, one's a forest. Every area looks the same in both of those worlds, and they add literally nothing new. Whereas Monsters Inc., Toy Story are kind of continuations of those movies, as well as, Pirates of the Caribbean being a loose retelling, but also kind of a sequel in its own right. Towards the end, I don't know. It's just bad. But Tangled and Frozen, literally everything looks the same. Every place you go, and especially Tangled. Tangled is really bad, and I hear a lot of people like Tangled. I don't really get that. I mean, the village itself is small. You can't really, look around or anything. There's not much to do in there, and everything else is just, it looks the same, and it's a retelling of the movie. Before this game came out, I watched both Tangled and Frozen. Had I known this game had literally been like shot for shot at some points, retelling of the movies, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have watched them.
Well, that's going more into the story, and
right, you're right.
That's true.
Because I do have some certain things to say about that, because I love Disney so much. I know these movies so well.
Right. We'll get back to the plot. You're right. It's so easy to go off course because I feel like there's so much to the plot that there is for us to talk about. But in terms of like the worlds, what
there's
worlds?
So much wrong everywhere.
Yeah. What worlds did you guys like the most?
Well, you're right. It is very similar, but I actually did really like Arendelle, mostly because I'm just a sucker for snowy mountains. I really like those areas in general, and of course, Winter's gonna think the same. I liked that one. I liked Pirates of the Caribbean. The idea of like, the execution needed some work, but the idea of it's basically Kingdom Hearts Wind Waker. That was kind of.
Can we all agree that this version of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean world was better than Kingdom Hearts 2?
It was the best.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was better, but it still wasn't perfect.
It was like Kingdom Hearts Black Flag for me. I just was exploring all the islands, having a good old time.
And there's no world here that is perfect. There's no world that I'm really like you know, you couldn't have done better. Olympus Coliseum is the closest to that, but they don't have the actual Coliseum. They're missing stuff. You're missing stuff, like, and every world is just missing stuff.
I never thought I'd have to tell Kingdom Hearts to include the Coliseum of Olympus Coliseum.
Right? Crazy.
Like that's the thing about Kingdom Hearts 3, right? It just finds new and new ways to fuck up.
Yeah, and yeah.
Wait, do you think? Hold on, real quick. Do you think that they didn't repair the Coliseum and it's
Look, Phil is really busy. Not a voice actor, right?
I just don't know. But like, you remember how they were talking about the gummy ship shit and how they were gonna revamp it and make it so much better? Flying has never been fucking worse. Like, using a gummy ship has never been worse. Like, I think it's terrible, honestly.
I'm really surprised to hear that. Why do you think that?
Because, like, actually maneuvering around in a gummy ship is retarded. It does not feel right. It feels weird. If you
have a bad ship.
Oh, maybe that's why.
And, like, I think the gummy section is actually the best it's ever been. And you can just full-on explore. You're not just forced to, like, fly through and shoot a ton of enemies.
Yeah, they never force you to actually fight an enemy. That alone is amazing.
You're definitely right about that. So maybe I just need to upgrade my gummy ship and.
Yeah, like I did some of the hard boss battles for it because you need to do something to get the ultimate weapon, and they're fun. I like it.
I'll revisit it. I'll do some work on my gummy ship. We'll see.
I would definitely say to work on that because I've seen so many different creative gummy ships. Like,
I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't doubt the ability for people to create whatever the hell they want. Yeah, I meant more like just actually maneuvering around with a gummy ship, but maybe it's just the gummy ship I was using.
Yeah, you gotta get like a faster one. Then it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, you have to remember that there's so many different types of engines that you can use. I guess maybe even the placement of them might affect how the ship moves.
Yeah, I don't even know how it works, and barely touched it. I think I speak for all of us when none of us was really playing this game for the gummy.
No, definitely not.
No, but I went back to it after.
So the worlds.
Yeah, it happens to be good this time.
So the worlds that we have in here are Olympus, Twilight Town, Toy Box, Tangled, Monsters Inc., Arendelle, and then the Caribbean and San Francisco. And then there's the Keyblade Graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
If you can count that as a world.
Which is, I mean, I'm not counting that last place as a world. I forgot the name.
As well you shouldn't.
Kaladead fucking bullshit boss fight world. Chess world.
Chess world.
You know, so that I wish, you know, we all thought that was actually a world. We were all led to believe that was a world that we would be able to explore.
Introduced it at the end of the fucking trailer,
as
like,
a world. But it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's worse than that, guys. You know what he had the nerve to say in an interview? He had the nerve to say that Skella Ed Kaim was his favorite world that he's ever made in a Kingdom Hearts game, and told us all to look forward to. When it's a fucking arena for a goddamn battle.
And if you look at the appearance of the world, it's one fucking, like, he could make one of those domes and just copy and paste them, like, around the fucking thing. All those islands, they all look the same.
They're all the fucking same.
They're all the same, those pyramid-looking islands.
It's so bad.
Just copy and pasted one thing everywhere.
You could have put effort into this. You could have made it great, and that's not what he did.
I think when he was talking about it, he meant more of how the world looked, so much as actually exploring in it, because the world is very beautiful, which makes it even more of a shame that there's basically nothing that we can do in it.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how we haven't how we haven't talked about San Francisco at all.
I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do that.
If that isn't indicative of the world itself, I don't know what is. That should have been the best world in this game. San Francisco should have been a fucking... You could have done amazing things with this world. it was horrible. And I don't think the world is the worst world by any means, but it's literally two places just like toy boxes in Twilight Town. It's the garage, which isn't a place, and the actual city, which is just one big box.
Personally, for me, San Francisco is actually my favorite world because of
aesthetically. It's mine. Yeah.
It actually feels big. You actually can scale up these tall buildings.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I agree.
The problem is, you feel so slow in it that it's like you can't flow motion from one building to the next. And that's.
I gotta do that air step.
See, that's getting into one of the things I wanted to talk about, in that a lot of the problems that I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 has combat-wise is that I don't feel powerful when I'm doing it. The only time that I feel powerful is when I get into fucking spamming one of the form change with the Keyblade, or I do a traction flow. Nothing else really powerful. Flow motion sucks. Shot locks suck compared to the games that they were in. Like, they're just awful.
Magic doesn't, though.
See, here's the thing. If you guys got the Ultima weapon, that would literally change your mind on everything you just said.
But we shouldn't.
I believe you, but that's
it shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't have to take to a post-game weapon for Sora to feel strong when doing regular combos. I should be able to turn off attraction flows. They're way too common and they're way too powerful.
They are.
They are. They're retarded. They're broken.
It feels very misplaced.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Where did he? They don't even explain where he learned it. You want me to go into this game thinking Sora is the weakest he's ever been, but yet he can do attraction flows and turn his Keyblade into different shit at the get-go. At the get-go. So, and there's no explanation on how he can do this. None.
No, there isn't.
But that's more in the plot. We'll get
it. They say that, you can use certain attractions due to certain enemies, and that's understandable. But when you can use an attraction at one of the final battles against bosses, it kind of feels a little goofy, honestly.
Yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
Turn that off for the important shit, but no, you can ride Splash Mountain whenever the fuck you want. You can ride Splash Mountain off of fucking Xemnas' face. It doesn't matter.
It got so annoying and just hit this button and you win.
And
Basically,
just
Kingdom Hearts gameplay in a nutshell. Hit triangle to win.
And just like we
to win.
Just like we deduced that we were afraid of, Riku was not playable in this game.
Okay.
Well, the thing is,
was Riku in this game? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and yeah.
No, we're not gonna. Let's plot, right?
Yeah.
But it's a huge gameplay problem.
So many poor decisions overlapping together.
We came into this game like, yo, we're gonna play as Roxas, we're gonna play as Sora, we're gonna play as Ventus, Aqua, we're gonna play as everyone. We got to play as no one. We got to play as Sora. You played as Riku for one fight, maybe two fights.
Two fights, and it was the same boss in the same area. But go
on. One combo, one set of shortcuts, no progression in the character at all. Even though he had a new Keyblade, the Keyblade didn't transform, and he's the master. How about? You know what? Fuck it. I'll just wait. I can't help myself. I'll just wait.
Well, this is gameplay. It's not even just him. It's just that one fight as Master Aqua.
Yeah, Master Aqua, who's completely unchanged from the fucking
0.2. Literally copy and paste. Oh, it was so bad.
I was saying that as I fought. I was like, I knew this was gonna happen, but I don't care. I just want to play as Aqua. And then that was all I got to do. I was like, wait, one fight? Fucking kidding.
I've been waiting all fucking game to rescue Aqua and play as her and have her be a part of the party.
Fucking horrible.
And she loses in a cutscene.
So gameplay leaves a lot to be desired, whether it's the combat, movement, even just post-game shit. Gameplay leaves like a whole bunch to be desired.
Dude, there's nothing.
It just feels unfinished.
It feels rushed.
Oh no, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a complete game. No, it just feels unfinished. I'm sorry.
It feels rushed. It feels like this game, if had it not been for the graphics, could have been on any console.
Yeah. I don't know if Keyblade switching between the three is like that more resource intensive.
Yeah, how about did you guys even use that? I never even used it.
I
used it
did.
A little bit to, like, you can store your forms when you're like in between fights.
I didn't even bother.
I did that a lot.
I didn't use that. I didn't even have a need to guard ever. I didn't, it's...
Oh, I never guard.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I turned off some of the fucking...
I was so excited when there was all the different reprisal abilities to choose from. Didn't need any of them because the game was so fucking easy.
But guess what? If you block and actually use them, they're powerful as hell.
Yeah, they are.
Like, it's so stupid. There's just no need to use them, though, because the game is so retardedly easy.
Not only that, but there are actual abilities, like if you block attacks, you get some MP back and stuff. Make it seem like you would do it that often.
You got no reason to.
I blocked one time in this game, guys, during the final fight against Xehanort. Underwater, I believe it was, that part.
How dare they? How dare they put an underwater fucking fight in the that is the ballsiest shit. Your underwater fight combat shit is terrible. It is so bad. How dare you say, oh, it's so much better. People don't want to fight underwater. No!
It's so
By the way, did you guys, you know how you could use the boat and stop it anywhere in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Did you guys jump off in the middle of the ocean and go underwater to see what was there?
No.
I did, and I spent time actually swimming around, and there's nothing.
Yeah, no, there's only certain areas.
You go under the water, you know how, like, towards the shore, there's, like, rocky areas you could search and, like, little caves and shit. There's nothing. It's all fucking blue. And you go down and you keep swimming down, and there's an invisible wall there, but the animation keeps swimming, so you think you're going into an abyss of nothing when you're really not even going like 2 feet down. It's the worst. It is the worst. Underwater combat, terrible. But magic is fucking retarded in this game, whether you're under the water or above it.
No, underwater magic was trash, but...
Well, yeah, kind of, but...
Mandaga, Viraga, those, oh my dude.
Dude, the Grandmaster magic, I walk around and clear screens with Thunder now, at level 45. I'm proud mode.
Kingdom Hearts 2. That's what people would do in every mob fight.
It's just the easiest.
Like,
the only difference is we don't have magnets, so it's not Gather then Thundaga. No,
yeah, right. It's just Thundaga because it's that big. It's big enough to fucking destroy everything.
Everything on the screen dies.
Yep.
Did you guys?
I don't actually have a problem with that. It's the only thing that actually does feel consistently powerful.
What was your favorite fight in this game?
Don't have one.
Really?
It's a tough one.
I have one, but
what is it?
We said this is this is spoilers, but for me personally, my favorite fight was the triple boss battle against Luxord, Marluxia, and Larxene.
Okay. Yeah, I like those. I like the
fights.
I like the plots of those fights. I think my favorite fight was against all the forms of Xehanort.
During the Ed
yeah.
No, I think he means young Xehanort, Ansem, and Xemnas.
Yeah, which one do you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one where it's
young Xehanort, Xemnas, and Ansem.
Right, that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it. It's the thing, right? Like, I can't even tell you, like, a fight that was my favorite for battle reasons, for, like, combat reasons. It's all plot related, because, and honestly, they just felt all the fucking same. I guess I agree with what Winter says, in that I liked the Marluxia, Luxord, Larxene battle, because there's just so much on screen. Plot reasons to be very different, but yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're only talking mechanic and gameplay wise, because the plot then takes away from it.
Yeah, it was just great that you were fighting multiple people at once. It felt like you were doing a Kingdom Hearts 2 hack fight.
Yeah.
It's what we've been waiting from a next gen.
Those triple fights were the best.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually like really funny because when we were playing, we got stuck between choosing to help Lee and Kyrie and choosing to help between Aqua and Ventus, and I'm like, oh my god, don't make me choose. I don't know.
Making me choose between Birth by Sleep and Days for plot reasons? How dare you, Kingdom Hearts?
What'd you guys do real quick?
We ended up choosing to help Lee because Roxas. I love Aqua and Ventus, but
I was like, shit, I'm coming.
Yeah, you've waited long enough.
What level were you guys when you beat the game?
Like 36 or 37.
I don't even remember.
I was like 36.
Couldn't tell
And
you.
here I thought that I like should prepare and stuff, but no. By that point, I'd been breezing through every battle. I was just
But I
like,
mean, that's the same
yeah,
as
I'm
Kingdom
fine.
Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 was like level 34.
Also, when you guys
36 I
got
beat
to
it.
Fransokyo, did you just go right through it, or did you take your time? Because by that
what was
point,
there to take time with, really?
me and Brandon were both just straight through. Like, I don't even want to explore
By
new
the-
treasures
yeah.
right now. Just
By
I'm
the
done.
time-
Yeah, we were the same.
Yeah, we were already finished. We had had enough of the game. We wanted to get to the plot.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I really like Big Hero 6. I really like all the
Same.
characters in there and
Same.
stuff. And the story was okay, but
Yeah.
it's just I wanted to see the end back when I
Decent
thought there was an
sequel.
end worth seeing.
Yeah.
So I rushed through it.
Yeah, all right. So we all rushed through San Francisco.
All right, boys. Let's begin to talk about plot. We're 35 minutes in. We've discussed the gameplay.
Before that, there's one thing I wanted to know in terms of gameplay.
Huh?
I'm not sure what you and Mechlix ended up doing, but when it came to our two friends, Donald and Goofy, Matt and I did not upgrade their weapons at all. We beat the game with them having their standard weapon, and then a little after, we were able to not only make Save the Queen and King, we were then able to make the plus version.
Yeah, they just give shit away. They really just wanted this game to be as
The
easy.
And
plus
it's-
versions of those were so easy. Like, as soon as you beat the game, you get it.
It's such a problem
I didn't do I didn't do anything. Like, I set them both to be yourself, so they didn't bother me. And I didn't upgrade their weapons. I think I may have bought one set of one wand and one shield from the Moogle, but that's all I did. That's all I ever upgraded them. I didn't give them items. I didn't give them equipment or armor or anything. There's no point. Why would I bother? The game is so easy.
Yeah,
The thing
so
is, I
actually
do
bought
have to
the
say,
weapons for
from a design perspective, I do think they did a good job with Donald and Goofy this time. Like, they are actually helpful. Donald does actually heal more than
Yep.
he used to.
I agree.
But it's funny that you say that because once again, it just ties.
And
to how
Zeta
fucking-
Flare is awesome.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, those ending attacks for them actually were cool.
Yeah, Zeta
Yeah.
Flare is awesome.
I like that they actually were, when you do a combo finisher next to them, they actually jump in and do a finisher with you.
Yeah, it's super cool. And there's a lot of super cool stuff like that looks good. But unfortunately it still leaves a bunch to be desired.
Well, it's just we do want competent party members. We don't want Donald and Goofy to be retarded. Even though
Yeah,
it's easy.
and they did a good job, but the thing is the game is so goddamn easy.
Yeah,
this is
why-
the worst game to choose them to be competent in. They could have been competent in Kingdom Hearts 1 where it mattered. That game was a little bit harder because they were so
The game was a
incompetent.
whole lot harder.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was easier than 1, but they were still incompetent.
Kingdom Hearts 1's probably the hardest game at all.
It is by
Well,
far.
Part of that is also due to the fact that, we played Kingdom Hearts 1. We were quite young, but even after having replayed it once we were much older.
It's still harder than the
Yeah.
other games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so much different. And that's really the thing. We fell in love with Kingdom Hearts 1, which is a much different game than this. Right? The plot is
Well, I fell in love
much
with two.
simpler. The gameplay is much different. So kind of weird, right? And then Kingdom Hearts 2 has amazing gameplay. Even better gameplay, not as good storytelling. Kingdom Hearts 1 did a better job of incorporating plot all throughout the game.
Yeah, it sure did.
Than any other game.
All right, let's get into plot then.
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
So like you just
But
said,
where do we fucking start?
right
That's the
there,
question.
right, like where,
Ah.
right what he just said, spreading out the plot. The fuck.
Yeah, what the hell happened? Why did we decide that following Kingdom Hearts 2 was the good model? What I want to know who the hell gave Nomura the free reign to take the whole story under his own command, because he doesn't know how to tell a story. He doesn't know how to tell a story.
He needs a handler to like keep him in line. He
Th-
really
right,
does.
exactly. He needs a wrangler.
He starts getting
needs
too
someone
far
to
off
write
course.
it.
Hey, whoa, hey.
Like what the hell are you doing? You've shoved 75% of this game filled with Disney shit for real. For real.
Well,
and guess what, guys? You can't call it shoving in bits of plot into each world when a different organization member shows up, because halfway through the game, I don't know about you guys, but I figured out the algorithm. Go to a world, deal with fucking bullshit degenerate Disney shit. Oh, fucking Marluxia shows up, talks a bunch of shit. Some nobody appears. No fight happens. Next world.
That's the part that killed me the most, Rexnon. How is it you don't fight any of them at any point before the fucking...
Vanitas
like, really?
bitches Sora across the face and Sora takes
Oh my god. Isn't that amazing too? Sora got bitched around this whole game. You're fighting Heartless, your Keyblades transforming, you're pulling off attraction flows, you're doing all this crazy shit, and you're getting bitched out in every single fucking cutscene.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Every single cutscene. And nothing changed towards the middle, beginning, end of the game for Sora to just get competent enough to beat all of these guys.
To whoop all that ass.
And he whoops all of that ass, and they're still like, wait, you're not a Keyblade Master yet. Are you kidding? He saved he saved 5 different people.
You could say a lot about Kingdom Hearts 2, where it suddenly escalated Sora from just doing whatever to jumping off of skyscrapers in space and slicing them apart. Like, that did escalate pretty quickly, but at least it was consistent, right? At least there was, like, a steady growth going up. Sora's power level, cutscene-wise, has never been more inconsistent in any other Kingdom Hearts game.
Agreed.
It's literally like as Nomura got older, he's gotten more spacey. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. You can't. This is supposed to be a 40-hour game, right? It took like us about roughly 40 hours on average, like 30, whatever, right?
I'm not sure, but go on. More
than half of that is literally just Disney shit. 2 worlds are a shot-for-shot rendition. I'm sorry, I know you guys love Frozen, but do you think it was okay for them to put a shot-for-shot remake of Let It Go in this game?
Well, yes. That's where I have to interject when it comes to Disney stuff.
See, I told him you guys would disagree with all the Frozen problems he has.
Look, you guys love Frozen, but who wants to watch that song be sang for 3 minutes shot-for-shot?
No, I actually agree with that. I feel like the whole song should not have been there. Maybe like the last half. They were watching, coming up to seeing her singing it and making a tower. But speaking in terms of Disney worlds themselves, I actually really enjoyed what was done, because I did not see that Nomura would actually make his own sequel to Monsters, Inc. and actually do something with Big Hero 6.
Well, yeah, those are actual full-blown sequels. Well, not full-blown, but...
they're continuations. They're nowhere near long enough, thought out enough, processed enough to be called sequels, but they are continuations. Whereas Tangled and Frozen are not.
I know where you're coming from in that they took up a lot of the time, which is, a huge problem.
I mean, cutscenes in general, this game had the most cutscenes, take up the most gameplay time out of any other Kingdom Hearts game.
And yet it still needed so many more.
Yeah.
And you still couldn't get it right. Like,
when it came more spaced out.
That's part of the issue. We're going through all this Disney stuff, and we all rushed through San Francisco to get to the plot. That shouldn't have been that way. I shouldn't have felt drained by the end of the Disney shit.
Plot on each level, so
exactly. And you could have saved Aqua halfway through this game and explained what was going on with her. We could have had gameplay. We could have had gameplay with Riku and Mickey going through the whole fucking realm of darkness. You should have done so much better.
Had the Dark World fucking planned. They had the level designs. They did too.
It just doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you put that in this game?
And that just
basically giving them an excuse to reuse what they've already fucking done,
exactly.
and they don't even want to.
I wouldn't even have been that mad. I'd be like, all right,
I would have been completely fine with it as long. And you could have fleshed out Riku. You could have given him the same fucking shit that Sora has with transforming keyblades, different keyblades. You only put one combo to each fucking keyblade anyway. Who cares? You don't even need to do attractions. You don't even need to upgrade magic. Who cares? You couldn't even fucking do that. You couldn't do anything for your fans. The only thing you did, Nomura, was fucking fan service bullshit towards the end of this game where you team up with fucking Mickey to fight organization members.
Like, people say that's all fan service, but like, I didn't want that.
I didn't want that either.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't really call that fan service because it was done so poorly that I couldn't.
Oh, it was done so bad.
This is what people have been saying online. Is that the whole
So
end of the game is just all
bad.
fan service? And I'm like, what do you...
Bull fucking shit.
That?
No, it wasn't done well at all. That's why it wasn't. I understand.
The thing when I see people talk about the plot of Kingdom Hearts, I don't mean to belittle people's opinions because everyone sees things in a certain different way, but people just seem to somehow either ignore or completely be oblivious to the problems with the story of. I even have people say like, yeah, but when you read the secret files and hear the Nomura interviews, you'll understand everything, and it's like...
Secret files don't help you with anything in this game, first of all.
Even if they did, I should not have to learn plot for this game from an interview Nomura did on a random day someone approached him during brunch. That's just no.
Okay. Do you guys remember when Nomura said that he said literally this? He said, I think the ending of this game will make people want to wait for the next one.
Yeah, because all this game did was set up the next fucking game.
Yeah,
that is
so fucking
the stupidest fucking thing about this game is that you couldn't give people closure.
No, you couldn't. Sora's dead at the end of the game.
It's even worse. It's even worse than that. It's way more fucking pretentious.
Don't you want to know who Lucio is? Huh?
Oh my god.
It's way more pretentious.
I called it to Brax too. I got to San Francisco. I was like, yo, calling it right now.
It's true.
Black
He
Box
did.
is setting up the next game.
Yeah, he did.
And that would be fine if they actually focused on the current conflict that we were fucking dealing with Xehanort. But no.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can't believe fucking Xigbar is Lucio.
It's retarded. It's
so
insulting.
stupid. It's so stupid.
What's really insulting is that all of Kingdom Hearts 3 is just a cock tease.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's all just a cock tease. We waited 13 years for a cock tease. All those handheld titles for a cock tease.
Every story that he told us so far, the whole Xehanort saga,
was bullshit.
Xehanort's just the scapegoat for Lucio, guys. That's it. That was my whole elaborate scheme.
Yeah, I was using Xehanort to get a Keyblade back, but it didn't even work.
I will say, though...
That was his Keyblade.
I will say... They set up Xigbar...
I hate every Union Cross thing in this game. I'm just gonna put it out.
Oh, yeah, but wait. Just give me 1 second. I think what he did with Xigbar, though... Like, Xigbar was the most pathetic character. Like, out of all of them. And he was around for the longest. Like, he was always around. He was always around, right? He's been around for a long time. He was always getting bitched around. He was always complaining. He was always whining. He was always getting beaten. But really, he's just Lucio. And that was the plan all along. That's like Machiavellian, plot twisty, Nomura bullshit if I've ever heard it in my entire fucking life. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
it's...
in such a, like, fuck you way. Like,
yeah.
Everything you guys learned and wanted to know about Xehanort, he was just a fucking scapegoat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's unimportant. And it's like... You set up the end how it should have been. Let's forget the fact that Sora and Kairi have no chemistry in this game at all. Kairi isn't even character, as far as I'm concerned. Like, Kairi is like what Tidus was in Kingdom Hearts 1 in this game.
I think Tidus had more lines.
I mean, come on. You showed every interaction. Like, you showed most interactions with just Axel and Kairi by themselves in trailers.
Yep.
You know what's the sad thing about Kairi? I can't even say that she got Sakura from the Naruto series, because even Sakura from the Naruto series was able to do a little bit with healing and
she at least
using her
fights.
super strength.
Yeah.
Kairi did absolutely nothing. And it's just honestly
She was used-
embarrassing.
The worst damsel in distress syndrome ever. The worst. The worst. The worst. The worst. She died
Look, you guys don't understand.
twice.
Zenith has an iron grip, okay?
Yeah, you
He
see that
grabs her
shit?
arm and she's just like putty in his hand. She can't move.
Yeah, that's just like an anime, you know? It's like, oh, I'm an anime girl, you grab my hand, I'm useless now.
Did you guys
The
watch the
sad-
secret ending?
Of course.
We did.
Okay, so the secret ending sets up Shibuya in the world that
I
the
think we're
world
getting
ends
a
with
little
you.
ahead of ourselves.
We're
Like
not.
most things in Kingdom Hearts 3, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I could not give less of a fuck about Shibuya being in Kingdom Hearts. Like, I never thought I'd say that Kingdom Hearts 3 is something I didn't enjoy. I can't believe I'm saying that, you know, I'm not looking forward to going back to Shibuya or going back to World Ends with You characters in Kingdom Hearts, but somehow this is the reality I found myself in. Truly.
And I would like to throw in there really quick after you said that to people. Just because we feel this way about this, you know, it's okay to criticize them. It's okay that something has problems and that you feel a certain way. You shouldn't shy away from it or deny it or anything, because yes, nothing in terms of media, whether it's games or movies, is perfect, but that does not mean
You have to be realistic.
But you shouldn't feel this way about a game after you beat it. Like, I finished Kingdom Hearts 3 and I just, like, sat there, like not knowing how to feel. Like, I just felt like, what just happened?
I felt like shit.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible for days afterwards. Because of what? Because of the ending. You just sequel baited. You used this game to sequel bait. You used a game that people were waiting.
Not just this game. He used every game we've ever played.
Yeah.
Every single one in this story.
Yeah. To set up a sequel bait. Yeah, I agree. And you know, I'm a huge The World Ends With You fan. You guys know that. And because of how badly I feel about this game, I don't care as much as I should.
I don't either.
You know?
And
that's criminal. And that's criminal. You did such a bad job all the fucking way around. This team did such a bad job in this game all the way around. In every single way. In gameplay, in plot, from the world design to character interactions, to fleshing out characters, to explaining things. You did a terrible fucking job. And the fact of the matter is, Nomura needs a fucking wrangler. He really does. He shouldn't have free reign over the story. He doesn't know how to write a story. He doesn't know. And how much involvement does Disney have in this shit?
Lock him in a motel and feed him crunchy ramen and whatever it is he was doing when he wrote Plot Days. That's the only way he gets anything done.
Disney's involvement is just like what worlds they're allowed to use.
Yeah, basically. I don't think they have anything else other than here you can use what you need to.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Honestly, when it came to the secret ending, I was surprised that he's even trying to make it seem like there's gonna be more, considering he said, I just want to move on to the next.
Yeah, so like the next thing's gonna start with Sora and Shibuya in the same engine? Or are you gonna spend another 20 years making a new engine? Like, what are we supposed to take away from
what do we?
So what I said to Brax is, now that we have the engine, they took their time. You know, it took years to make this fucking engine. Well, not even make the engine. This is the real engine 4. They used the engine. All right, they took time to use this engine, and now that they finally have it all said and done, they can pop shit out way quicker. They can give us DLC for this game.
But that doesn't mean that they're going to.
They can give us another game, you know.
That doesn't mean that they're going to.
When Nomura legitimately says he doesn't want to do DLC, and it's just like, what?
We've also heard him say like they're gonna look into deals.
Let's talk about the Instagram posts that are the loading screens in this fucking shit heap.
Listen,
let's talk about that.
I actually love those, but then it just ties into the problems that I have with the plot.
Fucking
Do you guys realize that they basically added a phone? That's what it's called, right? The gummy phone. They added a phone to this game, and you can't fucking call anyone.
Nope.
And everyone got one, apparently.
Yeah, at the end they said like, "Oh, Ventus has one."
Even though
has
you
one.
have a
Keep calling
phone,
him
you
in.
never check in with Kairi. You never check in with Riku. You don't check
We're
in with
supposed to
fucking
believe
anybody.
that Sora is so inept with technology that he's like, "Oh, I can
Sora
talk to
looked at
Riku
him like,
whenever
"What the
I
fuck
want."
is
He
this
never
thing?
does
He
it.
is inept with the technology, isn't
Yeah, but he has something that can make him talk to Riku and Kairi whenever he
Sora
wants. He never
has
fucking uses it.
Sora has never been stupider in any Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
game.
no, really, seriously though, the fucking Donald and Goofy were smarter than Sora at this game at some points. I was mind blown.
Like, it's unbelievable how much of a stupid fucking anime protagonist he is. He's Naruto. He's Naruto.
He's less annoying. He's not quite as annoying as him, but yeah.
I mean,
he's as stupid though.
He's definitely as fucking dumb.
Oh, he is. He is.
By far, he's an idiot. By the way, how does it make sense? You want me to believe that Sora abuses Power of Awakening so much he goes to Shibuya, The World Ends With You, the Reaper's Game, Death? What was
even make any
did
sense.
he rewind time? Did he wait but wait. Did he rewind time in the Keyblade Graveyard? Like, what was the whole thing with the Chirithy in that world where you had to collect all the different Soras? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Can somebody please explain that to me?
Hold on, let me set the stage here. So it sounds like we were all rushing through the Disney worlds because at this point we were really wanting like, hey, let's get a move on. Where's the fucking plot?
Yes.
It was at that point because like it's like you said, right? Like with Olympus starting really strong, everything in this game I feel like kept lulling me into a false sense of security. Like I was just waiting. Like, okay, these Disney worlds are getting a little monotonous.
All it was a downfall. It was just a giant hill, and you started at the top. And you just went down. You slid down slowly but surely. Each world is 2 hours. It's like fucking lulls on.
Despite the fact that it's all wasted space and wasted potential, the Disney worlds have never been better in this game. We can all agree on that. It's just we didn't want to play them, and you could tell there's a lot more you could have done. But they were fleshed out enough that I was thinking to myself, like, okay, it's building towards something. But then I get to the Keyblade Graveyard. Or, well, right before that, I'm finishing San Francisco, and then I have this moment where Winter and I realize, you know, this is the last Disney World, and Aqua's still not out of the realm of darkness yet. How the fuck could that have happened? And
then from that moment forward, Nomura takes the gas pedal and floors it for the next 3 hours.
Dude, there were cutscenes so long that our displays dimmed. It was fucking retarded. It's so crazy.
See, I don't have a problem with the cutscenes being wrong, but it's exactly that.
But there's nothing in it.
There's exactly that metaphor. He starts flooring it, but he doesn't like go down a straight road. He doesn't stay within the lines, stay in his lane. He runs over every pedestrian. He hits every single speed bump. Just fucking skips things entirely in order to get to the finish line.
Yeah, he does.
Yep, he takes some shortcuts. Yep.
Yeah, and it's amazing. But seriously, all right. So Ephemera shows up. Right. All right, you do this. Please do this. Please, I'm gonna be all over the place because it's a fucking train wreck for me.
Matt, take us through.
To be honest with you, I've wanted to repress a lot of this because I couldn't think about Kingdom Hearts.
You gotta bring it all out right here.
5 minutes without, you know, depressing myself for the last week or two. So I might get some details. But here's the shit how I remember it. Okay, so between the in-between Disney worlds. In fact, going back before this, the whole shit with Aqua and then Ansem getting kidnapped by Xehanort's Heartless and everything, somehow Aqua lost Master Keeper off screen, so that when we go to the back to that, Xehanort's Heartless just happens to find Aqua and Ansem in the realm of darkness. So she's doing fucking kung fu moves all around the Guardian because she lost her Keyblade. Yeah, that's good fucking writing. She lost her Keyblade off screen between the fucking blank points and now. That's a good decision on our part. Really making Aqua look like she's real competent there.
At that point, though, I think Ansem said, or someone said something about where's your Keyblade, and she said, "I don't need it."
Yeah, she doesn't need it. But she really just lost it off screen.
See, I mean,
you can just tell Aqua's embarrassed from writing herself, honestly. And shit, I wouldn't be too. So she loses her Keyblade off screen, the Guardian squeezes her a bit, and then throws her in water.
Which is apparently endless darkness, and it's the next level to the fucking realm.
How about the fact that when all it took for her to lose, like, being Norded, which wasn't actually a thing. She wasn't
wasn't.
Norden.
It was a callback.
That
That
was
that
was a completely
This motherfucker,
ridiculous.
this fucking asshole Nomura sat there in interviews, and they're like, "Oh, Aqua's a vessel of Xehanort. I can't believe that. Yes, it is interesting how she is in this form. Huh? You didn't fucking say that she wasn't a vessel. The actual definition of the fucking yellow
All
eyes
it
has never
took-
been less clear after Kingdom Hearts.
All it took was Keyblade. Is a Keyblade whacking her hard enough by Sora's hands to be a good guy again? He did nothing but whack her with a Keyblade.